the CEOs coming and kissing the ring. It feels different than 2017. Some of them did it in 2017, but it feels like this is a complete power realignment, that there's an understanding that Trump and his movement is here to stay, and that the Bezos, the Zuckerbergs, the Googles, that they want to be on the right side of this. It feels different than just, I want to try to win Trump over for 4 years because I don't want the government to come after me. Am I right in sensing that it's deeper than that, PBD?
You know what it's like? Like, let me kind of give it to you from this standpoint. A lot of us have been defending Trump for 8 years, where it was not cool to do so, okay? Like, I remember when I first started doing it, my channel was Valuetainment. Still till today, we have, 6.5 million subscribers. It was mainly business. I was talking business, and one day I'm like, I can't help myself. I want to talk politics. My life is a little weird. I want to talk about politics. So we start PBD Podcast. We start talking about politics. Everybody said, Pat's done. His stuff is going to die. These guys, your biggest mistake. You don't go from being the #1 YouTube channel on entrepreneurship to now talking about he's done. I'm like, nah, I disagree. I think people want to talk about the topics you're afraid to talk about. I'm comfortable talking about it. No, you're screwing it up. You shouldn't be doing this. Some of us did this early on. There was a lot of guys that were afraid of talking about this. Some started 4 years ago. Some started 2 years ago. Some started a year ago. Some just started. Some people started saying pro-Trump stuff after Trump won. So, for example, when Elon Musk is at the White House or Mar-a-Lago and Zuck shows up and you see the clip about Elon kind of like barking a little bit at Zuck, why is he barking? I think what Elon's trying to say is, where have you been? Huh? Where have you been? I put my ass on the line 2 years ago and look what they tried to do to me. Now you want to show up and you write that letter to Honorable Chair Jim Jordan, the fact that Biden and his administration bullied you a little bit and you take responsibility for it. Now you want to say it? Which, by the way, I understand Elon's argument, and it's fine. He needs to be that guy to push these guys around. But the other part of it is I don't mind it. I don't mind the fact that Altman is given $1 million to inauguration. And Altman and Musk don't like each other because we know he went from a nonprofit to a for-profit, and Elon's not having that, right? That's why he started a different company right now to compete directly with OpenAI. I don't mind that Zuck wrote that open letter. That's humiliating for the Democratic Party. I don't mind that he gave $1 million. I don't mind that Bezos is now coming and Bezos, Elon tweets out and says, hey, did somebody tell me that Bezos was doing this? And then Bezos responds back to Elon and says, that's not true. I don't mind that Elon is pushing his weight and checking everybody and getting all of these guys to get in line and, being held accountable. But it's also okay for some people to realize and say, look, I effed up. I messed up. I was wrong. I'm here. You were right. What can we do to make this relationship better moving forward? By the way, Tim Cook, I'll put him as a complete outside. Do you know he was the first openly gay CEO of a Fortune 100 company? Tim Cook, he was the first guy that came out and said that. Do you know his relationship with Trump has always been good? They asked him, they said, hey, why is it that you have a relationship with Trump? He says, because whenever I called him, he'd pick up. Obama and others wouldn't pick up. Obama's a liberal. Tim Cook. Do you realize how
we got to wrap, but it goes back to the same thing, which is like how much of life is just being accessible, listening. How much of it? It's so simple. Not layering yourself with Praetorian guards and fake handlers. No one's more important than Trump. And you could call him and say, hey, what's up? And he'll tell you, let's have lunch or go take a hike.